Now, did I learn a lot about arson from people in prison? I was with some major arsonists in prison. They told me how you could light a fire they'd never find, and now I know all those things.
Hi, I'm Larry Lawton, America's biggest jewel thief. Join me as I walk you through my past robberies, how I planned them, executed them, and ultimately got caught. I'm going to show you how we did things in prison, like making a tattoo gun, making wine, making white lightning. It's going to be very educational. These are the Untold Stories.
Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here for another edition of Untold Stories. This is going to be a good one, and this is back from my old series of Gangster Redemption, the book.
Hey, before I get into this video, check out the sponsorship.
Raid Shadow Legend. This is a dark fantasy RPG. It's free and it's for PCs and crossover devices. This is my new favorite character, a level 60 Crusader. Just look at his moves. Here in Shards, you can summon champions. Check this out. I just got a level 1 Preacher. Take a look at how good these animations are. It looks so real. Another awesome feature, the Tavern. Here you can sacrifice a lower champion to boost another champion's level. That's amazing. Over here in Clans, you can join a team, check it out, living like Larry, and you can then fight the clan boss. In Arena mode, you can fight in battles against other players to get weekly rewards and level up your champions. Watch me take on this level 40 Bellower. And then of course, there's my favorite, Champion mode, where you can increase your champion's XP. Boom! Bam! This reminds me of the old RPG games. I love the great support from the daily rewards. With the new raid update, you can now compete in tournaments. It's awesome. I play against people from around the world and earn huge points and rewards. You're gonna make it rain with coins when you use my code in the description to receive 100,000 silver and a free champion, Jotun. Extra rewards can be found here in the inbox for the next 30 days only. Getting right back into it, let me tell you Untold Stories, because like I told you, I was going to bring back some of the things I did. I'm not proud of a lot of these things, but I'm going to tell you the whole incident about me burning my pizzeria down. You know, I remembered it because I was watching the news and I saw a burnt out building, and I thought about, wow. Part of what I did was kind of like funny, if you want to call it that, but obviously it's not funny. It's not right to do things like that. And I did them all for the wrong reasons. And I didn't get paid. So it's not even like I made any money out of this deal. So that was the worst part of it. But anyway, let me get right into it. So here it is. I own a pizzeria. I'm starting to do more crime. And it was more like my headquarters. Or it was a place where a lot of people would meet me. And I was ended up doing hot diamonds. I was getting diamonds. And that's what got me into the jewelry ideas, and a good friend of mine used to come by, and I'm starting to do stolen stuff, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm making more money doing this than this pizzeria. Now listen to me, I can make a pizzeria. I can throw the dough, you put it on your knuckles, I throw it, I can literally throw dough. I mean, you know, spin the dough, you know, the pizza dough going up in the air, and I can throw it as high as the building. For real, it was a 1-story building, but I used to be able to hit it as high as the building. And my wife, to this day, we're great friends. She can make mean meatballs and sausage and the best chicken cutlets in the world. To this day, I give her a lot of credit for that. Her name is Rosalind, and she's in the book as well. And Rosalind was a good cook. And so we had the pizzeria. Father-in-law gave us the money. We opened Lenny's Pizzeria in North Lauderdale, Florida, on Kimberly Boulevard. We could have really did good with this, and again, I wasn't a working guy, and I'm not proud of that. And again, please don't think this is the right thing to do. I'm just telling you an untold story. And the untold story is how I burnt it. And you know, it's funny because when it came up to me to burn this thing, we had a code to go in and out, you know. So we had a cook. My neighbor was a cook, and he worked in the pizzeria. And I worked in a pizzeria. Rosen worked in a pizzeria. I think I had maybe a delivery driver. And so, because we had pretty good pizza, pretty good food, you know, it was on a good spot. And anyway, I was done with this thing. So, of course, my brain starts going, how do I get rid of this place, get the money, the insurance money, give it back to my father-in-law, and be done with this whole entire pizzeria thing and stuff of that nature. So what do? Okay, I'm going to burn the place down. I knew about burning things down. I burned my cars. I understood the criminal world. let's just burn the place down. Nobody gets hurt. Get your insurance money. End of story. Goodbye. What do I do? Well, first of all, the pizzeria was in a plaza, not like a big plaza where you see a Publix or something like that, or a Winn-Dixie grocery store. The plaza was they had an anchor store, was a 7-Eleven, and then after that we had the pizzeria. I think we had an insurance agency. Then we had one other store, I forget what it was, and then we had a barbecue restaurant on the other end of the pizzeria. And there was a small plaza, of the plaza. So it was a small place. Great thing, doing good. I said, okay, how am I going to do this? I'm going to go, and my wife had no idea what was going on. I'm going to go with her to a friend's house. We were going to all go in the jacuzzi. There were 4 of us. We were going to take a jacuzzi, have some drinks after work. I think it was a Sunday night because we closed early. So I said, we'll go to the place. We'll go there. We'll have an alibi, if you want to call it that, or whatever. And, come back when the alarm goes off. I had alarms and all that. So during the day, what do? I take a lighter. It was a Bic lighter, and just hold it up to the ceiling, and to see if the ceiling would catch on easily. I was gonna put it out right there. Just knock it out, but see if it would catch on. Doesn't catch on at all. And there's a little mark there, but I don't think anything of it. There's a little mark on the thing. What do I think of it? Means nothing. No big deal. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the trash can on fire that's against the wall. Right when you go in the back of the pizzeria on the left, there was a wall. We had a trash can. Now, if I put that on fire to go up the wall, catch where that ceiling was, the whole place would go up. Place would be total by the time they get there. Come here, get my insurance money. Good. So I go, I get ready. My wife was waiting out front. She was picking me up at that time because we lived about a mile away from the pizzeria. In a plaza, we bought a townhouse, and so I'm in the pizzeria, and what do? I light the garbage can on fire. I see it starting to go up. I run out. I hit the alarm, jump in the car, go to my friend's house, just have a quick glass of wine, and I'm waiting. Back then we had beepers. Remember your beeper? It had beepers. You young people wouldn't know what they are, but we had beepers. So I'm waiting for the beeper to go off. I'm saying, okay, where's this beeper? It's going to go off. They're going to tell me my place is on fire. You better go there or whatever. And it's not going up. And this is like at 7 at night, 8 at night. And I'm like, what is going on? So we jump in the jacuzzi. We're all just having wine. I'm just wondering, are they not just calling me? Did they not have the right number? Did they not call the beeper? And I'm going to go by and the place is going to be on fire? And I don't know. So at about 11 o'clock at night, I get in the car, I say goodbye to my friends, we all say goodbye, we get in the car, and I'm driving by the pizzeria going back to my house. Not a thing. Place is normal. And it's crazy because I'm thinking, what happens if I waited there? Not only that, this reminded me of Goodfellas. If you guys remember the movie Goodfellas, when Henry Hill and Joe Pesci's character are out front when they lit up a restaurant for insurance money. They actually went in there and they put all these things with kerosene. You put kerosene and gas that lights the place and gets it very hot and burns the ceilings, and then it's done. I mean, you can't even see that. It's gone. So anyway, and they had them all over the place, and that's what they did. And they were just sitting out front talking until the place started smoking and gone. But anyway, they got at it. They waited till it went on fire. Smart. Maybe I should have. But anyway, I said, what's going on? I tell my wife, hold on, I got to stop in and get something in the pizzeria. Just stop in. I pull into the pizzeria. I open the door. Well, in the back, we had boxes, pizza boxes already made, ready for delivery, along a wall. And now, when I walked in the pizzeria, I looked on the wall. The fire went up the wall, but it went out. The fire went out. It didn't catch anything else on fire. So whatever was in the trash can just burned, and the wall was all, scarred, if you want to call it, whatever they call that. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it didn't go on fire. So, of course, I said, F this. I take my lighter, I had a lighter. I just light a pizza box on fire. I walk out, quickly hit the alarm, and get home. Don't think anything, get in bed. Couldn't have been 10 or 15 minutes later. Not even 10 minutes later. My beeper goes off. And it's, it was an emergency number to call if something went wrong. That's how they did it. So I call the company and they go, you better get down there, your pizzeria's on fire. Oh my God, I say, yeah, okay, really, oh my God. So I get down there, and I mean this pizzeria was on fire. Not only was the pizzeria on fire, the smoke went through all the buildings and ended up wiping out the other restaurant and all the other the beverage store. There was a beverage store, and there was an insurance agent. That's what it was, a beverage store and insurance agent at my place. All were put out of business. Now, I end up finding out later the other guys were happy because they got their insurance money. I didn't. They got their insurance money. And they both told me, the owners, I knew the owners. They had no idea what was going on. But they go, man, I'm glad the damn thing burned. I made a lot of money on my insurance. But it was kind of funny because here I am. So now I get there and there's fire trucks all over the place. There's people all over the place. And I said, that's my place. That's my place. What happened? Blah, blah. And they don't say anything in this. And there was actually a guy there from, I guess they show up at fires and they give you a card to help you with your insurance. They're called adjusters, fire adjusters. Now they work for you. You got to put your claim in through them. So that's what it is. And they help you. It's like an insurance, but they get a percentage. I don't know what it is, but they get you the most. They know the rules. They know all that. And the guy says, okay, I'll represent you. I said, okay, great. I didn't care. I just want to get enough money to get out of that place, give it back to my father-in-law, be done with the place. And that was it. And now, here I am, I say, oh, wow, okay. Sure enough, the insurance company's not paying. I'm waiting. I'm calling, hey, when am I getting my check? I want to start a place. I want to open another one. I need to fix the place. What are you going to do? And they're not saying it, kind of ducking me. Little do I know, the insurance companies said it was arson. But here's what happened. I get called down to the North Lauderdale Police Department. And I get called in, and it's the investigators and stuff. And they ask me a bunch of questions. Who works there? Can anybody else get in there? It was locked. Who had a key? Who had the code? The whole works. And I'm telling them, oh, this guy had a key. That guy had a code. Everybody legit. I was saying everything legit. And he's not saying anything. And so I know they're suspecting arson and whatever they do. They call my wife. Let me give a little bit background on that. My wife, Rosalind, and my even second wife, Missy. Sorry. Solid. I'm knocking on wood table. Solid women. They knew the game. They knew the rules. They knew you don't talk to police. They knew you never say anything. They knew the games of how the cops would say something and try to get you to say something. They knew all that. They knew never to let a cop in the house. Because when I was wanted, Rosalind opened the door and says, with my son in her arms, we'd like to come in and talk to you about something. I haven't seen Larry in a long time. He went back to New York and I haven't seen him. And I was in the house up the stairs. And she knew, and they go, can we come in? She goes, no, I don't want any police in this house. I'll come out with my son and you can ask me questions there. Never let them in the house. So here I am. They call my wife in and they tell her, hey, we know he did it. We know he's connected with guys in New York. We know all of this. And she's going, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. And sure enough, she stayed strong. And they never, ever got me for that. And then, in fact, it went for years and years and years and years and years. And you could be a suspect, but you're not indicted or anything like that. Now, I didn't get any money out of this deal. Not 1 cent. I now obviously know the cops, teach them, and help them try to prevent crimes or things that happen. And it's not about getting people. I try to do the right thing. But burning down that pizzeria, boy, did I learn a lesson. One, I learned the lesson of you're not always going to get your insurance money. You know, this is a whole different animal. I learned how good fire marshals are. They knew that there were 3 points of origin in that fire. They knew there were 3 points of origin of fire. They knew about that little spot on the ceiling. They knew about this, of course, up the wall, and they knew the pizzeria, where the accelerant, where it started. Now, did I learn a lot about arson from people in prison? I was with some major arsonists in prison. They told me how you could light a fire they'd never find, and now I know all those things. I'm not going to say them right here, but I do know all those things, and it's amazing. But what I did learn was those fire marshals are good. They know their stuff. They can pinpoint things out that you have no clue. They really put a picture together with a puzzle, and I got to say, listen, they knew. They had it, they just couldn't prove it. And that was that game back in the 80s. You know, in the 80s it was us against them, good guys, bad guys. But you know, there was a lot of respect both ways. You know, I respected cops for what they did. Never would hurt them, shoot them, you know, never even talked down to them, never did anything like that. And vice versa. They knew not to try to beat me, do something that was out of line that you see more of today. You know, you see more of that today because you have cops today that shouldn't be cops to begin with. They have a hard time getting people to be cops. And I get it why. I mean, one, the pay sucks, it's dangerous, they get no respect, but you know, that goes both ways. They need to give just because they put a uniform on with a badge doesn't make me respect them. I respect the person, not the badge. The badge gets its own respect for having some authority in the community. But you know, that's big authority to give to a guy who's an asshole, who doesn't know how to handle it. That he could take another person's liberty, you know, with just saying, I'm going to arrest you. That's a pretty big power to give some guy who's an asshole and he's not a really good cop, doesn't know how to be a good cop. He doesn't understand that cop. Listen, in my world, cops are part of the community. If your house is robbed, call them. 911. Don't call 411. Call 911. You need them. I get it. 100%. I will help them. I will respect them. They save lives. They do good things by people. It's the assholes that the cops themselves know who they are. That's what gets me mad. Because you can't tell me those police don't know who the asshole cops are. But getting back to that burnt pizzeria. In the pizzeria, the 3 origins, I never ever get the money for that. Ever. I took it to trial and lost at trial. I lost at trial. The agency, the insurance company, had enough proof, they thought, at least not criminally, to tell a jury, and the jury believed them that it was me who did the fire. And since the jury believed them, because it was a totally different preponderance of the evidence, it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. No, it is, you know, you have to have no doubt at all if you're going to convict somebody criminally. But if you're doing it civilly, which is not a conviction, it's just a case. I sued them for not paying. They didn't want to pay because they said I did it. They won the case. And so it cost me lawyer fees. I actually paid the lawyer for that. I ended up, of course, paying my father-in-law back, you know, with proceeds from bigger robberies. Obviously, criminals are criminals. And it worked out. But I did learn something. I learned, one, how dangerous that could have been. I am a blessed man to have never hurt somebody in a burned car or burned building or doing something of this nature. I never hurt people. And I am really lucky and blessed for that. And that's why I'm able to be here in front of you, talking to you about my book, talking to you about helping in prison reform and helping get people out, and, you know, correcting wrongs that were done by whether it's the authority or even bad guys. We're here to help people. And I believe in that. So my fire taught me a few things. One, it's not as easy as you think to burn something. Trust me, it's not. I mean, I learned a lot going to the real school, which is prison, but it's not a good place to learn to do something. It's not as easy as you think. I got away with one, so I was 1 win, 1 loss on insurance jobs with that. And you know what? I lost a lot more than I made. That's a fact. But, it is what it is. I did what I did. And you all know that my untold stories are coming from my heart to you, to maybe educate you not to do the things I did. I'm not proud of those. I always want to get that out there. I am proud of what I do today. I am proud of trying to help young people. I am proud of being the person I am, trying to connect with people in the right way. And I want to thank all you guys for being fans, for being supporters, I hear you backing me up when I get trolls calling me an asshole and all of that. Thank you. Believe me, your support means a lot. Please show us the support in any way you can. Maybe merchandise, maybe getting a membership, doing whatever you can. Check out our Instagram. Check out our Facebook now we got. And that Instagram's got great pictures on it of me in the old days. A lot of good stuff. If you need to contact us, you know how to do it. My son runs the Instagram. So you want to get through to me, my son usually can get me, that's for sure. And thank you very much. I really mean it. I appreciate all you do, everybody. I appreciate your sticking with us through all of this and helping us build this thing for prison reform down the line. Trust me when I say it's going to be prison reform like nobody ever seen. We're going to change the laws. We're going to get politicians out of office who don't belong there and police officials who don't belong there. And we're going to target them when they're wrong. And that's what we need to do. We need to stick together as a people. And that's collectively, this is our group. This is Larry Lawton, YouTube, Jewel Thief, is our family. I consider this you part of our family. Thank you for being part of my family. I really appreciate it. Everybody stay safe. Much love, much respect. Larry out.